So, as we orbit around the sun, from our perspective here, the backdrop to the sun is moving on, and it's moved on into gateway number 43. So, up in the top hand corner now, we've had a change of season with the sun going through the hexagram number 1, the creative, and we've gone into the quarter of the sky now that we call mutation. So, there's a lot of, what can I say, transformation taking place as the sun goes through these gates for the next 3 or 4 months. We're in this quarter of the sky now we call Samhain, and the bottom trigram for all of these hexagrams now is the creative, heaven, the dragon, the yang. Right? So it's got 3 solid lines at the bottom of each of these hexagrams. So we're looking now at the hexagram number 43 as the sun goes in there. And you'll notice the trigrams there. Bottom trigram is solid, solid, solid. The top one is solid, solid, broken, 2E. And this is the gateway of breakthrough, the gateway of insight. It's actually a little bit of a misnomer. This is in the mind center. We might say it's the third eye center, this 43rd gateway. And it's the gateway that picks up on things. Whether it's the pineal or the pituitary gland, maybe they're both combining together in a sense to give it these extraordinary images of things. And they're uniform. They're not like the eyes that we have, that we could see things this way or that way, or receptive eye and an extrovert eye. The 43 is just, this is it. And so anyone familiar with human design will recognize that the 43, when the sun goes into the 43, on the other side of the wheel, we've got the 23. And this is one of these 3 places in the design where the sun on one side and the earth on the other creates a channel. And it's the channel, the 4323, this channel where we're basically, we call it structuring, as in bringing about a complete revelation in how things can be not only interpreted, but also spoken out. It's one of the 3 most common channels in human design. And so people with this channel will know that they have to be very, very particular in how they express things. Because there's this impulse that something goes on in the mind, in the third eye center, and all of a sudden, woof, out it comes in words. Well, what goes off in their head is not necessarily something that's already in words. It's like, how do we make this translation into something that can be expressed in a way that other people can actually get it? And so there's a great tendency for people with this channel to just blurt things out, and everyone goes, "Oh, what are you talking about? We don't want to hear this stuff. It's too innovative. It's too different. It's taking us away from what seems normal and natural to us." So the 4323, it's an individual circuitry, and it, with the voice through the 23, has to be really, really clear in how things get expressed. Right? I can describe the 43, it's like a hieroglyph sometimes. It's like an explosion in the mind, and a new concept comes in. And the 23 has to translate it into a way that can be comprehended for whoever's prepared to hear it. So we call it structuring, in that a new insight can put out a whole possibility. That's this channel. Puts out a whole possibility for an innovation. And if it lands in the right audience, basically it takes us out of anything that's been going on before. It's a whole new platform. It's a whole new possibility. And so thereafter, another insight can then build the next part of the structure, and up and up and up it goes. So highly innovative, highly misunderstood sometimes. And people with this 4320, they just have to know there's certain circumstances here. In the first place, tone of voice. It almost has like a 50% quality in whether the possibility of something being understood is actually there. Tone of voice. If the expression comes with a pressure, with an obligation, twisting somebody's arm here, got this whole new way of seeing life, you've got to get it with me. Chances are nobody's going to get a word of it. But if the tone of voice is right, it gives everyone the opportunity that there's no forcing. I don't have to be compelled into appreciating what's being said here. It's just, I know this person comes out with these things that are just innovative. They're different. They're sometimes very raw expressions. Sometimes the translation has not been complete between the insight and the voice and how it comes out. So I'm just saying that right at the beginning, people with this particular channel, the 4323, they have to learn speech skills. There's no other way about it. And so then we see with the possibility of speech skills, we have the unconscious son in the fourth gateway, which is the gateway of making solutions to things, right? Mental solutions, perhaps logical solutions. I see it as a kind of quick fix solutions. And then the unconscious earth is in the 49, they get a revolution. Let's do something differently, So the 4323, absolutely individual, pure individual expression. I see it as one of the most powerful channels in human design, because when it's expressed clearly with the tone of voice and the tonality, it's all about frequency. And the frequency has the possibility to reattune things, to bring people out of the collective, out of the knowledge base, and into the knowing. And so there's tremendous power when things get said in a particular way. There's just a resonance with what can be expressed as truth. And truth is something that everyone will acknowledge. Yeah, I get it. It's clear. So again, the importance of the speech skills, the importance of tone of voice. The quick fix for this personal life theme, the fourth gateway comes up with all kinds of different possibilities. We could do this, could do that. The 49 says this is part of the tribal circuitry where, it's all about supporting or not supporting. Is this a good agenda or not? And so people with this channel, they have, with this particular life theme, this personal life theme of explanation, they can really lay things out in a completely different way. They don't necessarily give people the answers they're looking for. They're opening up new possibilities. Let me explain it to you in a different way. Let me present this in some way that may not have come your way before. So very, very powerful personal life theme. Explanation. The sun then moves on and gets into the fourth line. And we have the fixed life theme of insight. Considering that the 43 and the 23 are both in individual circuitry, and the 43, it's not necessarily a right word for it, insight. It's more like inner acoustics, because the individual circuitry is all about sound quality. It's in that sphere of vibration, that frequency of vibration. It's not the same thing as a visual vibration, different frequencies. So insight, it's almost like inner hearing. It's that inner sensation of something. It's a frequency that somehow desperately wants to be expressed. And people with the fourth line, with the 43 and the 23, they'll find sometimes they run into trouble trying to get something across to people. Trying, because the fourth line is always about, it's very influential. It wants all of us to join in and get this, whatever's being said here. On the unconscious side, the unconscious son's in the 29, they're getting yes. Again, let's do this. Let's move it. Come on. And the 30th gate is, wow, this might be something really interesting. It's the fire, the gateway of the inside fire, the gate of desires, the clinging fire. And so people with this life theme, they can get really intense in terms of, you've got to get this. I'm telling you, this is a massive insight, can change your whole life. And for ones always have that difficulty of finding out, do people approve or agree or disagree or whatever? What am I supposed to do with this? The insights are profound. The skill, as I say again, is always in how it gets expressed. Is there enormous pressure behind it? Is there it's life or death? You've got to get what I'm telling you here. Or is it more, hey, I've got this amazing insight, can be engaged here. But the whole thing, speech skills, tone of voice, and then recognizing, do I have the audience that's capable of hearing this? Are they leaning in when I say these things, or are they kind of wanting to back away and leave the room altogether? The sun moves on into the fifth and sixth lines with the 43 and the 23, and we've got the life theme of dedication. My experience of people with this life theme is when they get something, that's it. They're just going to do it. They're just going to follow through on it. This is something that needs to happen. This is going to be something that's beneficial, uplifting, transformational for whoever gets it. whoever understands what it is I'm presenting here. My experience of people with this life theme is they have this hugely transformational effect in the world around them. And yeah, it's just, we got the unconscious sun in the 29. Come on, let's move forward. Let's commit here. Let's put our energy into something here in the 30th gateway, which is this gateway of desires. And, there's really something powerful here to be experienced. What are we here for in life except to have amazing life experiences? What are we here for except to transform our life into really recognizing what is our unique frequency here? What is it we're here to play out and live out to the max? And, also with this interpersonal life theme, to present this as a possibility for other people to live very, very full and fulfilling lifetimes. So people with the personal life theme with this particular, the personal life theme of explanation, we have Whoopi Goldberg, Anne Hathaway, Ryan Gosling, and of course Neil Young, explaining how life is, how life can be. People with the interpersonal life theme of dedication, we have Peter Cook, Dudley Moore and Peter Cook. You remember these genius comedians, just always taking a different view on things. This extraordinary actor Johnny Lee Miller, and also Martin Scorsese and Georgia O'Keeffe. And you'll recognize these guys, they just persist, they put forward until their dedication finds a place in the world, and they stand out in their realm. All of the 192 life themes are in the Book of Destinies. Your life theme's there, your family's life theme's there. Everybody's in there. It's the story of humanity, basically, for these 21st century times. And part of this trilogy, the Book of Lines, the whole realm of the 384 lines of the I Ching, written in very modern day terminology that can be applied very quickly and very easily into life. So there we are for today. We're in this realm of creativity now. We're in this realm of mutation. We're in this realm where everything to play for, and to see how do our creative gifts come out into the world and get their best play.